Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is Leviticus 4 and 5. And before I start my reading, to those who are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Hori Horangve and I'm vlogging Bible reading, and I've started from Genesis, which is the beginning of the Bible, the first book, and I've completed 2 books, and now I'm in the third book of the Bible. So if you're interested in what I do, you can like my video, and if you want to follow up with my reading to make the Bible reading more interesting, in between I'm adding my daily activities and adventure things like that. So you can follow me up by subscribing and putting on the notification bell so that you will be updated whenever I upload new videos for you. So let's go ahead with the reading. Today's reading is offerings for unintentional sins. So I'll go ahead with that. The Lord commanded Moses to tell the people of Israel that anyone who sinned and broke any of the Lord's command without intending to would have to observe the following rules. If it is the high priest who sins and so brings guilt on the people, he shall present a young bull without any defect and sacrifice it to the Lord for his sin. He shall bring the bull to the entrance of the tent, put his hand on its head, and kill it there in the Lord's presence. Then the high priest shall take some of the bull's blood and carry it into the tent. He shall dip his finger in the blood and sprinkle it in front of the sacred curtain 7 times. Then he shall put some of the blood on the projection at the corners of the incense altar in the tent. He shall pour out the rest of the blood at the base of the altar used for burning sacrifices, which is at the entrance of the tent. From this bull he shall take all the fat on the internal organs, the kidneys and the fat on them, and the rest and the best part of the liver. The priest shall take his fat and burn it on the altar used for the burnt offerings, just as he does with the fat from the animal killed for the fellowship offering. But he shall take its skin, and its flesh, its head, its legs, and its internal organs, including the intestines, carry it all outside the camp to the ritually clean place where the ashes are poured out, and there he shall burn it on the wood fire. If it is the whole community of the Israel that sins and becomes guilty of breaking one of the Lord's commandments without intending to, then as soon as the sin becomes known, the community shall bring a young bull as a sin offering. They shall bring it to the tent of the Lord's presence. The leaders of the community shall put their hands on its head, and it shall be killed there. The high priest shall take some of the bull's blood into the tent, dip his finger in it, and sprinkle it in front of the curtain 7 times. He shall put some of the blood on the projection at the altar, at the corners of the incense altar, inside the tent, and pour out the rest of it at the base of the altar used for burning sacrifices, which is at the entrance of the tent. Then he shall take all its fat and burn it on the altar. He shall do the same thing with this bull as he does with the bull for the sin offering. And in this way he shall make the sacrifice for the people's sin, and they will be forgiven. Then he shall take the bull outside the camp and burn it, just as he'd burn the bull offered for its own sin. This is an offering to take away the sins of the community. If it is a ruler who sins and becomes guilty of breaking one of the Lord's command without intending to, then as soon as his intention is called to be sin to the sin, he shall bring as his offering a male goat without any defects. He shall put his hand on its head and kill it on the north side of the altar where the animals for the burnt offerings are killed. This is an offering to take away sin. The priest shall dip his finger in the blood of the animal, put it on the projection at the corners of the altar, and pour out the rest of it at the base of the altar. Then he shall burn all its fat on the altar, just as he burns the fat of the animals killed for the fellowship offering. In this way, the priest shall offer the sacrifice for the sin of the ruler, and he will be forgiven. If it is one of the common people who sins and becomes guilty of breaking one of the Lord's commands without intending to, then as soon as his intention is called to the sin, he shall bring of his offering a female goat without any defects. He shall put his hand on its head and kill it on the north side of the altar, where the animals for the burnt offerings are killed. The priest shall dip a finger in the blood of the animal, put it on the projection at the corners of the altar, and pour out the rest of it at the base of the altar. Then he shall remove all its fat, just as the fat is removed from the animals killed for the fellowship offerings, and he shall burn it on the altar, so that the smell pleases the Lord. In this way the priest shall offer the sacrifice for the man's sin, and he will be forgiven. If a man brings a sheep as a sin offering, it must be a female without any defects. He shall put his hand on its head and kill it on the north side of the altar, where the animals for the burnt offerings are killed. The priest shall dip his finger in the blood of the animal, put it on the projections at the corner of the altar, and pour out the rest of it at the base of the altar. Then he shall remove all its fats, just as the fat is removed from the sheep killed for the fellowship offerings, and he shall burn it on the altar along with the food offerings given to the Lord. In this way, the priest shall offer the sacrifice for the man's sin, and he shall be forgiven. Leviticus 5. Cases requiring sin offerings. Sin offerings are required in the following cases. If someone is officially summoned to give evidence in court and does not give information about something he had seen or heard, he must suffer the consequences. Yeah. If someone unintentionally touches anything ritually unclean, such as a dead animal, he is unclean and guilty as soon as he realizes what he has done. If someone unintentionally touches anything of human origin that is unclean, whatever it may be, he is guilty as soon as he realizes what he has done. If someone makes a careless vow, no matter what it is about, he is guilty as soon as he realizes what he has done. When a person is guilty, he must confess a sin, and as a penalty for his sin, he must bring to the Lord a female sheep or goat as an offering. The priest shall offer the sacrifice for the man's sin. If a man cannot afford a sheep or a goat, he shall bring to the Lord as a payment for his sin 2 doves or 2 pigeons, one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering. He shall bring them to the priest, who will first offer the bird for the sin offering. He will break its neck without pulling off its head and sprinkle some of its blood against the side of the altar. The rest of the blood will be drained out at the base of the altar. This is an offering to take away sin. Then he shall offer the second bird as a burnt offering according to the regulations. In this way, the priest shall offer the sacrifice for the man's sin, and he will be forgiven. If a man cannot offer 2 doves or 2 pigeons, he shall bring 1 kilogram of flour as a sin offering. He shall not put any olive oil or any incense on it, because it is a sin offering, not a grain offering. He shall bring it to the priest, who will take a handful of it as a token that it has all been offered to the Lord, and he will burn it on the altar as a food offering. It is an offering to take away sin. In this way, the priest shall offer the sacrifice for the man's sin, and he will be forgiven. The rest of the flour belongs to the priest, just as in case of the grain offering. Payment offerings. The Lord gave the following regulation to Moses. If anyone sins unintentionally by failing to hand over the payment that are sacred to the Lord, he shall bring as his payment offering to the Lord a male sheep or a goat without any defects. Its value is to be determined according to the official standard. He must make the payments he has failed to hand over and must pay an additional 20%. He shall give it to the priest, and the priest shall offer the animal as a sacrifice for the man's sin, and he will be forgiven. If anyone sins unintentionally by breaking any of the Lord's commands, he is guilty and must pay the penalty. He must bring to the priest, as a payment offering, a male sheep or a goat without any defects. Its value is to be determined according to the official standard. The priest shall offer the sacrifice for the sin which the man committed unintentionally, and he will be forgiven. This is a payment offering for the sin he has committed against the Lord.
Hello guys, thank you for watching till the end. Today we, like I said yesterday, we planned to visit Singja, one of the beautiful place, a place filled with flower, a hillock, but then that was not successful, so we made a sudden plan and we visited this place, beautiful place. It's a rock. It's one of the place where people, boys and girls, everyone is to come and visit this place. It's a very big rock, and I don't know how to show you, but there will be in the footage if you have not seen my video. So I hope you can see that. And here is the paddy field here. In Ukrul, this is also one of the common place where people used to come for dating. But then I am with my friends here, and this is my first time visiting this place. And our Ukrul town and the place where I stay, it's on top. Maybe it's not visible well. So here we go. You can see the view. Wow, it's quite windy. Stay tuned. I will come up with other activities as well. These days, lockdown is going on, so we could not visit faraway places, but there will be a time when I will be visiting Shuri Peak. See to that, and I'll be going to other beautiful places, popular places in Ukrul for the sightseeing, and I will show you that. So till then, stay blessed, take care, and thank you so much for subscribing my channel. If you like my video, please do like, subscribe, and hit on the notification bell so that you will be updated whenever I update new videos for you, because there will be a lot of exciting videos. And I know I'm doing the Bible reading, but then I am not preaching or teaching anything, but I am reading the Bible and reflecting on my reading, and also I'm trying to show my place and my day-to-day activities, just to just to see along with the reading, and you can follow with my reading. I'm in the third book of the Bible, which is Leviticus, and we have come a long way, but thank you so much for your support and help, and I'm so grateful for that. So here we go. I'm sitting here, I'm tired, so it was a long way, and finally I did not want to miss this view, so I'm staying for longer. Bye bye. You take care, stay blessed, and love you. Bye bye. See ya. Bye bye. Say bye bye. Say bye bye.